celebration of being alive. No, no boofing here. Just being alive, being glad that I'm alive. Not really, but we're here. We're back.
Okay,
What are we called again?
we are
Fucking
called the fucking hippie and the Mexican,
the hippie
supposedly.
and the Mexican. All right. A lot has changed since then.
Yeah,
or
more acid experience,
more
more.
acid experience. Yes, of course.
That's always
Being
important.
shoot. Huh?
That's always important. Here, I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
checking actually the fucking audio on this everything. Yeah, so you can
Psychedelic
tell.
saved my life.
Yeah,
Part
dude.
3.
I think we were talking about something that I did want to talk about on here when we were outside, which was work related and how to manage for workers. That's something I want to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, definitely. Like managing other people. I mean, not really managing other people because we're not we're not like the overseer or something. We're just more or less managing ourselves around certain types of people.
That's always interesting, honestly. I feel that I think you notice that sometimes I can be very more. I trust more people like blindly sometimes a little bit more than you would. I don't know. I just
I feel you. I feel like it's more like the Mexican mentality. I mean, I
what
don't
does
want
that
to
mean?
like. Okay, so it's like when you go to Mexico, right? And you're like walking on the street in your little pueblito or whatnot. You say hi to anybody. You could just like start up a conversation with
Oh,
somebody.
for
Say you're
sure.
waiting at the bus stop. You could just start a conversation. Because they probably live like what a couple blocks down because you guys are from like the same little pueblito village or something like that, right? So I feel like that's why I'd say like the Mexican mentality. But here, everybody is more, definitely more closed off to other people.
Individuality. They're more
Yeah.
like they don't want to show their pee. They don't want to show their penis out, or like they don't want
Oh
to show
yeah.
like they have big
Definitely.
balls.
Just flash it. Just the next mother that you see carrying her baby down the stroller, just flash them.
Oh yeah,
They'll
yeah,
definitely thank you for
yeah. And especially if they have a stroller or something, like just flash the kid too as well. You know.
it. Definitely.
Um, but like that, yeah, I feel that mentality of like being able to tell somebody, like coming up to somebody and like, oh hey, what's up, and like just talking about whatever, or whatever. But no, I guess it's different for me. Like I just say things that I know sometimes I'm not shouldn't say, or like maybe
So
I'll just
you
like
know that you're not supposed to say it, or it's like it's something that you just don't think about at the moment.
yeah, I don't think about the more because I say it and like, oh wait, and then like when I'm going to sleep, that's what keeps me up. At like, so that should I say
Late
that?
night thoughts.
Yeah. But I mean, for example, let's say there's sometimes when I get excited about things and like I really want them, like for sure, like I think I told you this, like when I want things to happen, I tend to tell more people. Well, I don't really talk to a lot of people, but I just tend to tell the people I know that I haven't talked to in a while.
Oh, just like informing them. It's like I feel like I kind of do the same thing. Like if I want to do something, what do you call it? I tell more people about it, and then now I have to be that person who actually does it, or else I'm gonna be the person who, yeah, just fakes out.
Yeah, doesn't fucking complete it at the end, and that's the thing I guess that fucking hurts me the most sometimes. You know, like you just say something and then all of a
And then,
sudden
oh
like,
shit, I didn't do it.
yep,
Fuck,
for sure.
gotta go kill myself now.
Yeah, just gotta go.
Then they start talking to you about it. It's like, oh, you know what? I didn't do that.
Yeah, that's the fucking bullshit about it.
Yeah.
But like more like managing workers or like talking to workers, like there's some people that you get irritated from. Like, well, I told you like in Nino. Oh, I mean,
Oh.
yeah, we'll talk about him in Nino. We'll say Nino, man. He probably doesn't. This fucking or whatever. He can listen to this. I like to be
Yeah.
honest
Fuck
about it.
you.
I like to be honest. Like, there's times where like he can be a pretty lazy person. He makes other people do the work for him. Yet he doesn't like to be told what to do, and that shit that pisses me off sometimes. You know, and it's just like, yeah, I just told him let's box and we're gonna box and I'm gonna fucking probably masturbate him when he's fucking lying on the ground and yeah, just circumcise him if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
circumcised.
Circumcise him while he's down.
Yeah,
They always hate that.
yeah. See, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna box him just because of that feeling.
Yeah, sounds good. Fair enough. I mean, as long as you aren't, I don't know, shooting each other, Then it's
Yeah.
straight. Unless you guys start shooting up heroin together.
Oh yeah.
That'd be another story.
I think that would be good. Trying shooting up heroin, just
Oh, I
getting
saw
trying to get
somebody
enough.
overdose once.
Was that at the park?
Yeah, I went to the skate park one time and we
Okay.
were chilling. I was microdosing. I was happy. And next thing you know, the fire truck pulls around and they park right next to us, like literally just on the other opposite side of the skate park. It's not that big. I'd say probably like a miniature parking lot size or whatnot, right? Maybe to like a local restaurant, a parking lot to like a local restaurant. That's like how big the
Were they
skate park
Mexicans
is.
shooting up heroin?
Yes, they were Mexican shooting up heroin.
Okay, hey,
I mean, like literally everybody there is either Mexican or they're black.
what the fuck is wrong with the Mexicans, man? I mean,
Um,
I'm just kidding.
all right.
What's up with my raza?
I mean, yeah, shit happens. I mean, I don't know like what path you have to go down in order to like take heroin or meth or whatnot. But yeah, they pulled up right next to us, and then how do you call it? The ambulance came through, and they put the the man's body right there. He was just laying down. I thought they were just chilling, just friends chilling or
Just
whatnot
chilling,
underneath
like
a
shooting up
tree.
heroin,
Yeah.
like in like, everyday thing.
And next thing you know, he was dead, and I don't know why, but I was just laughing my ass off. Meanwhile, everybody, well, not everybody, right? There was, I know Max was laughing with me. We were just joking about it the entire time. And then, how do you call it? Yeah, there was this girl. You remember Merkel?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was there and she was just fucking in shock the entire time. She was like, "Oh my god, I just saw a fucking dead body." And she
It's not
literally
like the
stood there. She
movies.
had to like fucking sit down a little bit and everything. I was like, "Oh, I guess this is new for some people."
Goddamn, dude. I don't like. Have you seen a dead body? It is certainly very weird seeing a dead body for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you known them for a long time. I guess, for example, my mom, like that shit. It's that shit. that was weird. Seeing a dead body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the act of, I mean, not the act of dying, but rather like, I don't know, the action of somebody else dying makes other people selfish in a sense because, excuse me, I was thinking like about how it
So
makes people selfish in a sense where it's like, oh, you left me or whatnot, like, oh, now I have to live on this world like by myself. But I feel like I think it just brings peace to that person. Like if they were suffering from before, it's like now you don't have to suffer those sufferings that you were
I mean,
suffering.
I feel
And
that everybody's suffering in life. Like life is
oh yeah,
suffering.
life is, yes, life is
I
suffering.
think everybody's
It's
suffering
just how
life.
you cope with it.
Yeah, and like you came here to fucking
Yeah.
work and die.
Basically. I mean, yeah. I mean, what other purpose is there really to life?
I guess
Oh,
it's different.
deep questions.
It's just different for everybody, for sure.
I guess so. Depends how you're born, where you're born, the situation of reality.
I mean,
Whether you're a dog or a human.
you gotta work for your owner. You gotta
Yeah.
work. I mean, everybody has to survive.
Yeah.
So you can say that like we're born here to survive
Yeah.
in whatever environment we are put in.
Hmm. But I feel like really everybody could be on the same playing field. But I feel like just everybody has to realize that in order for something to change. Because you know how there's people, billionaires, they could tell somebody to do something, it gets done. And then, how do you call it? Meanwhile, you're going to be the working man who gets told to be doing something. I mean, to do something for that billionaire. And then, you're the one who has to do it for him. So, like, slaving away, it's like, depends how you're born. Because either you could be the person that commands or you could be born into the position that slaves your life away.
Some people don't look at it that way. I feel that people that actually go to school and get careers,
Hmm.
like they're fine with that because they want to like have a stable life. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's
I
nothing wrong with
mean,
that. But like, I think everybody does. But I think the point is more like some people don't see it like you're being a slave of another person.
right.
They're more of like, okay, I'm like doing my own thing and working and doing a good job.
Hmm.
And it's kind of weird how I think I think everybody who has done that has that mentality of like, well, what the fuck, fuck this system, or like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't taken acid and just saying like, oh,
Like
fuck
even
the
if some people do
system.
take acid, like some people just take it like as a drug, just like, oh, dude, let's go get high, and then they go get high, and that's what they do, and they still live like their normal life. Like some people just don't have like a breakthrough like that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a breakthrough either because it's just
More like revelations of it. I think we talked about.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
if
revelations
you
and like the type
haven't
of mindset.
if you haven't learned anything on acid, I think it was a waste of acid. I think
Yeah,
for sure.
honestly, yes. I like yeah every time either like a bad trip or a good trip, and it's always like a learning experience, and I get to learn something new about myself and those around me, or just something about like the world in general. And we never know if like we're right or wrong in a sense, but it's more like it helps us develop as a person, I think.
Yeah, I would say for sure develop like confidence in oneself if one doesn't have it, or develop like
Mm.
motivation and other things aspect if you're not happy. Like let's say you're not happy if you're not because you're not motivated. Other people might be happy because they're not motivated and are like they want to be stuck in that position for the rest of their lives.
Right.
But if you want to like be motivated and do things you want to do and like not have to worry about what other people say or want to improve yourself, that's kind of like where that thing you like, oh well, you want to improve, so you're gonna do what the things you need to do.
Right.
Um, yeah, because going back to like the people at work, that's an example like why I hate that person too. Because he thinks he's always right.
Hmm.
Like, oh yeah, I'm true. This is true. This is my advice. You should take my advice. And like, and I told him like, dude, like, not everybody thinks the way you do. Not everybody put in the positions you are,
Yeah.
and like you're like everybody has their own reality. You might be right, and it's like
Or you could be wrong and just been living your whole life in a lie.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
be wholly
and
wrong. And
honestly, I feel like that's what scares me the most. Just be like, fuck. Like, wake up realizing, shit, I've been doing my entire life wrong. Like, and there's nothing you could really do about it
I think just
except
go with the flow.
change. Huh?
I mean, yeah, because like how you said, I don't think you've been wrong, or I don't. I mean, I think, I don't think we've been wrong in any sense. We could have been better,
Oh,
or
yeah,
I could have
definitely
been better,
better. Yeah.
which
Made
is
mistakes, and now we're learning from them.
yeah,
100%.
wasn't that deep.
Wasn't that deep? Like, what do you consider deep?
You don't really talk about this. Like people don't really talk about this, or like maybe they do, but like, it's more like, oh, the weather was cold outside today.
Oh,
Oh, the
yeah.
weather was.
My dick shrink an extra inch. But that's
Like,
irregardless, right?
speaking about acid, I did acid a couple days ago, and it was a good experience. I liked it. I took it around what did it say around 8 o'clock. So at 9, it kicked in. I started watching. I actually watched before that. I actually watched a Korean romance show, and I got
Oh,
hooked into it because of my sister. So yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, just really
embracing it.
corny. It's a bit corny, but
Yeah. No,
it's
I
just
feel you. I
it's a
mean, you like what
fucking
you like.
it's it's a good story. Then around 9 o'clock, I was like, fuck it, I'm tired of this romance or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I switched up to Midnight Gospel, which was one of the things they were talking about. It
Oh, yes, Duncan Trussell.
was about
I
forgiving.
definitely want to meet him before I die or before
Duncan
he
Trussell.
dies. Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Just talk to him about life and everything. I think he has very good advice about everything.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's what, like 40 something, right? I listen to his podcast like most of the time, and yeah, it's definitely intriguing, and he sees like a different perspective than what other people are used to. And it's like, I feel like there's kind of like two different types of people in this world, and it's just open minded people and people who aren't, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I haven't met enough people, but I think that you could really tell the difference when you start talking to like an open-minded person and a closed-minded person, because with an open-minded person, I personally consider myself open-minded. I don't know if it's
But do you feel that you have biases?
like about what.
It just depends. Like I, for one, sure know I have some biases, and I wouldn't say I'm open minded, but I'm sometimes fixated on one thing, even though I know I am, but I wanted to. It's because I wanted to become true most of the times. Do you under, I don't know if that
Like, what
makes
do you
sense.
mean?
For example, um, when a big purchase that I made was buying a car, right?
Yeah.
And I was so fixated, like there was no logical, had no logical reason whatsoever to buy the car I have. I just liked it because the way it looked, mostly. I mean, and
Yeah.
plus the miles, right? But for sure, if anybody would have told me to change my mind, I would have not have,
Oh, I
would
feel
been
you.
able to
You
change my
just
mind.
you wanted it and you found it like the next best step.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's Sony. Yeah.
no, yeah, I feel you. I mean, in that sense, that's like literally your path in life. It's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
That's why I say like, okay, probably some people have like, do you feel like you have biases in that aspect?
Definitely like against like buying a more expensive car, but also depends like what you see happening in your future and stuff. Because I know I have a coworker who has like a Mustang GTR, and
Okay.
that's what like a 20K car. He works two jobs, so he's making like a decent salary, right? But I don't know, like you wouldn't even really be able to do anything else except drive that car from one job to another, because what he does is he comes in the morning, works, does his thing, right? He's not a bad worker by any means. He gets his shit done, and then then the job finishes, and then he hops in his GTR and then rolls off to the other job, where he yeah works at the other job. I don't really ask that
Yeah,
much, but
yeah, that reminds me of a song, a Spanish song I heard. If you want, you can join us as well.
ooh,
But like,
this is my sister, by the way. Yes, introduction done.
A GTR is a Nissan and a Mustang is a Ford. So, Mustang GTR is not a car.
What is it then?
Well, Mustang is one car and a GTR is another car.
so it's just a
Okay,
Mustang then.
so it had something GT.
Okay, Mustang GT. Yeah.
Yeah, Mustang GT, not GTR.
So yeah, so I don't know much about cars. I won't talk about that.
But yeah, you were saying something about the Mexican
Oh
song.
yeah, so the song pretty much was saying like, de que te hicieron las pacas y no están las ligas. You know how in big cash there's like rubber bands on it
Hmm.
and shit, and some people will say that, oh, looking at my big ass bands, right? But
Right.
like, what good is it if it doesn't break? That's pretty much what they're saying, right? Like, what good is it that you have a lot of money, but you don't spend it and you don't use that money? Pretty much what they're saying.
I feel you. No,
Like
yeah,
that guy
definitely.
working at two jobs, he might be. I'm like, and that's my personal opinion. Like how I feel about that. Like having a big ass car, having a nice car, you can't really enjoy it because you either have to go to work and work your ass off in
Right.
order to have that shit, and you're
No, yeah,
not really
definitely.
spending it.
He's gonna for sure like slave away for that car, and that's why I see it better to get like a beater, save as much money as possible, and learn how to flip it. It's like either learn your own craft or fucking take the path that other people have been taking. But I personally find it interesting. Well, I think we're going down our own path, right? I feel like how we're going, spending our money on certain equipment, like for music equipment, and also for how do you call it? For learning how to grow cannabis, right? And I feel like we're taking our own path in that sense because it's like we know it's a market. There's a market out there for it, but we don't really see other people. I mean, music, of course, right? Music is literally all over everywhere, right? But I was saying like I don't really hear about that many people growing cannabis unless they're
Drug dealers.
yeah, like legit drug dealers, and like everybody else that I met that has grown is like they have their own stash, like fucking their whole basement or whatnot, and just completely covered in plants, and they're making big bucks off of that.
Yeah, it's a fucking, it's a good. I don't know. I got interested mostly because of the show. I would say for sure it influenced me of Narcos on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then like, I just realized that shit. That's like it's always like you said, it's a market that's there
Hmm.
and that's gonna give you business and
Yeah, it's
it's gonna
just
be the next pretty much alcohol.
yeah,
You know, it's gonna be the next
and it
thing
all
that's gonna
really
be big.
depends on whether you tap in or not.
Yeah.
It's literally up to you. Like, oh, you get up and decide one day I'm gonna do this, so you do it. And like one of my inspirations, you were talking about yours is Narcos, right? And mine was actually, how do you call it, a song by the Flatbush Zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, they were talking about like there was this one verse. I forgot the name of the song, but there was this one verse where it's how do you call it? If you have enough discipline, you could grow it, you grow your own stuff or whatnot, right? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Fuck it. And it really does like help you learn discipline because now I get up every other day and I have to make sure I check that the seeds are germinating right or the seeds are sprouting.
Give some
And
updates about it. Like, how is it going right now? Like,
the last time I checked it was what 2 3 days ago,
okay.
and that was when I last watered it. Um, I think these seeds have been kept out too long, so they're probably gonna end up duds. So I have to go buy more seeds, and then
Goddamn.
yeah. But apart from that, yeah, it's fun. No, I mean we've
It's
been
just the
learning.
process,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just the learning curve. So how do you call it? Yeah, we've gotten farther than we have before. So definitely have gotten farther than we have before. We're making sure we buy all the things necessary for it, and yeah, just hoping for that the day that we break through and make enough money to not live the life that we're living now.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's something I think about every day.
Yeah,
Like it depends.
one
Like,
hundred percent. Yes, that's the only thing I have on my mind. Just how to fucking break out of this loop or whatnot. I feel like yeah, that's how I feel. Like we're all just stuck in like on a train track, and everybody's
along.
just yeah
Train
like a
track.
really long train track, and it's like you decide what stop you get off at. Some people just never get off, and they keep on living the life that was intended for them rather than living the life that they chose to live. But you never really know when in your life you would choose to live your life in a sense.
You just
Because you
gotta do
think
it.
you're living your life because, you're making money and you're surviving. And that like, some people just look forward to that. But I feel like it also depends on like what you want, what do you need, or like what your perception in life is really.
There's a song I heard today, bro. Freddie Gibbs. Actually, that I just said that the same thing. I'm not exactly, but it's more. It was on the album Jesus Christ. No, I don't know. I don't know. It was the one with him, like as Jesus just lifting up in the
Oh
air,
yes, yeah.
and he says that if like this shit is ain't pretty much he said that this shit is ain't like selling cocaine or doing selling drugs is not for everybody. Like if you're if you're a chef, go be that chef, you know,
Yeah.
or go find the things you really want to be. Like this is ain't for everybody.
Right.
And I think about that
Love
every
Freddie
day.
Gibbs, by the way. Yeah.
I think about that every day because like I'm not saying that I'm about all that life about like selling
Hmm.
drugs and everything because I mean I'm not like this is something like I really enjoy doing like I really want to get into,
Hmm.
and yeah, dude, it's I don't know if it's I wanted to for sure like grow into something that it's a business one someday and like we're
Right.
helping out everybody and helping the community and helping like our families and everything because that shit's more important for me for
Oh
sure.
yeah, definitely. Like one thing that I think about is, moving my family out of the hood. And it's just like that's honestly my one goal right now. And it's like obviously I gotta spend money to make money, but damn, that shit's fucking hard. it's
Yep.
just you have to like I'm like micromanaging like every single bill that I'm fucking making, and it's like I feel like nobody else is around me is like trying like I am. Maybe who knows, right? But I feel like most of the things that I'm doing is like all the things that nobody else is doing. Well, the people around me, because it also depends, like I said, like where you grow up, the people, the system, and it's like sometimes the system is just set up where yeah, you live your life on this train track, and it's just up to you to decide. And it's like sometimes the train track is like meant to keep your eyes fucking just focused down the track rather than being able to look sideways. It's like you got the little, how horses who, how do you call it, pull the carriages, have that little thing around their eyes where it literally doesn't let them see anywhere else except straight because then they get like scared by something else. It feels like a lot of people just have that on their heads the entire time. And that's just like something that I think, or like, that's a thought that happened to appear in my head because of acid. Yeah. And a lot
Fucking
of the
acid.
other people I see are just, I don't know, civilians, I guess. Yeah,
Do you think? Yeah, yes. And like I feel that they do that mostly because they're scared.
they're scared.
They're scared of failure.
I'm scared of staying the same.
Dude, yeah. Um,
Fuck it, I'll fail.
Especially that episode of fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they had their high school reunion,
Hmm.
and they're like going to high
Oh,
school
that
and like
fucking, that actually fucking creeped me out. It's just because it's all that time and they just did nothing.
they did nothing. They
All
they
those
thought they
years.
did something right because they
Yeah.
opened a bar and like had like the ability to do many things, but they just weren't shit. They peaked in high school.
Yeah, peaked in high school. And it's like, I think I peaked not in high school. No, high school is shit. um, yeah, I think, I don't know. I was always not the awkward kid, more like the loner. Cause it's like, I don't know. I didn't really find friends like that. I guess I found my little friend group, right? But it turns out most of them were fake, regardless. So that's that. And I also think that's why I also don't really like making friends like that, or find it easy to make friends, because I feel like not everybody's really just gonna be there for you. They're not gonna be.
For sure, no, no, never.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, actually never. They're never gonna be there for you.
and
Certain people, right? But yeah.
I can say for sure, like we known each other, let's say, for about a year already,
Hmm.
and I can say that I'm like we know we're not gonna be each other. We know we won't have each other's backs forever, but
Yeah.
like for sure, like we're always like I know for sure my part. Like there's some things that okay, yeah, I appreciate you because like there's things you taught me, and like there's things that made me grow more as a person. That's why
Yeah.
that I appreciate that. And like for you, like when you're talking about like you being a loner in high school, that I feel I can connect to that, but because I was in more like in music and I had my band and everything, it just gave me
Hmm.
that fucking popularity and like. mm, I say that we're sarcasm because like there was not really like there was just us me just being in the band like where me and my friends started and we were just doing some bullshit. And I mean I didn't know what I was doing. He didn't know what he was doing. And we were just like going along with the fucking flow of everything, and it was just yeah.
I
I
feel
don't
you.
know.
No, yeah. Um, High school for me was strange to say the least. I made like a strange bunch of friends. Like they weren't really a group of friends, but more rather my I made my group of friends in the last year. So we had our homeroom, right? So I had my advisory brothers and I had my advisory brothers who I hung around with. Like I don't talk to any of them now. They're all doing their own thing. I don't know. I kind of just fell off. I don't really stay on social media or anything like that. And Yeah, I had my strange group of friends. Like, I remember my first year.
Wait, explain more like why they're strange.
Why they're strange? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like what makes them strange? Like, what were they people that I
Did I
don't.
say strange?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Okay, they're strange because. All right. Oh, strange group of friends. Okay. Yes, not strange group of friends, but strange random friends. Yeah. So one of them ended up a felon. How do you call it? Yeah, like freshman year. Um, you gain popularity because either you were funny or you got with the girls well, right?
You were the stud
Yeah,
of fucking high school.
I,
Yeah, you were
I had
you were the
long
stud
hair,
of high
and
school, and
the
yeah.
girls dug it, and that was really about it. I mean, I wasn't really like a go-getter by any means. I was just chilling, doing my own thing because I've always been the loner or whatnot. So I'd just mind my own business, do my own thing. And of course, there were fucking haters who hated loners. So I got bullied for being just by myself, and I really didn't pay no, no attention to it. And I think that's what bothered them more. And I also, yeah, since I got along with the girls, that's probably why people started talking to me and stuff. But that's really about it. Like I didn't really talk back to any of them. They would just talk to me, and I'd make some jokes. And
But that was your strange random friends, then? There that
no,
you
and
were.
then right, the strange friends would be like this one person that I had always end up talking to, or like, okay, so freshman year, right? There was this one dude. Um, he was in my advisory or whatnot, right? And in advisory, we wouldn't really talk, but whenever we had classes, I always how do you call it? Sat next to him.
Okay.
And yeah, we just fucking make conversation, and then like sometimes he'd end up going on the bus, and we used to take like the same bus, so we just chill fucking talking about random shit. And then I look back, what was it, like last year, and I figured out he went to jail for, how do you call it, holding up, um I forgot, he held up something. Yeah, I don't even remember. But yeah, he held up something. There was this other dude who, how do you call it? He got expelled because he fought this dude, but he was big. He was built. He was like, he looked like he was fucking.
Your friend was Bill, or the guy he fought?
No, my friend. Yeah, he was built like a college football player,
Oh shit.
like six
So
foot,
not just fat,
fucking.
more like really built. He went to
No, yeah, he
exercise.
was really built. He was more built than our fucking gym teachers. He was taller than our gym teachers. He was, well, yeah, he was the tallest person there. He looked like a fucking grown ass man, like an undercover cop or something. Just
Did he have the
yeah.
whole beard going and shit?
Nah, nah. If anything, he had a clean face, but yeah, he had the deepest voice, and yeah, he was black. He was tall. He was built. Fucking yeah, and one day he got into a fight with this other person who like pressed him about something. And then how do you call it? Gym teacher, our gym teacher tried getting in the way, and then all he did was just push him to the side like nothing, and then he went flying.
Shit.
And then and then how do you call it? Then he punched the other guy, and then the other guy went fucking flying against the wall. It was
God
funny.
damn.
It was funny, but yeah,
This happened during school.
yeah, during school, and he got expelled. And then what was it? One of my other friends, um, yeah, he was chill too. Like most of them, yeah, really, all of my friends were all, how do you call it? Just like a bunch of random ass people who were in my advisory. But apart from that, I didn't really make any other friends. I was like one of the only Hispanics in a completely black school, and I met my little group by like senior year. Yep. So it was one, two, three, four, five, like five people, five different people. One was my advisory brother, and sadly I stopped talking to him. I don't know what happened. He kind of just fell out.
Damn.
But everybody else was pretty fake. except for this one girl. Now she's like doing her own thing, like starting up her own business and stuff.
Hmm.
And like I talked to her not too long ago, like a month ago, I'd say, a month or two ago. And yeah, she's pretty chill. If anything, yeah, she figured out like what it was, and I feel like we kind of share like the same mentality or whatnot. And that's why I really enjoyed like talking to her. Now she's like doing her own business. She's doing like going down the influencer type of path, and she's like promoting products and all that. And I think that's pretty cool. She's getting her own money that way. But I feel like
I think
she's
I know what you're talking about.
what happened?
Do we know this person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you know this person?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh.
But yeah. And then everybody else, well, yeah, school. They're all doing school. But I just don't agree with school. School, I don't know. I mean, if you're going for something like in specific, right? You know what you're gonna do in life, and now you're using it to like help you out, like what you're doing, right? You're doing marketing because of all the things that we're fucking gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably like one of the smartest things you could do.
Yes and no. I feel that being there now, I realize like, dude, people have started business and they haven't gone to school, right?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's just like, fuck, I'm just like wasting a whole bunch of time here, and this is the thing recently I've been thinking about. Like, fuck, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just tired of it. Like, I could just start reading books and like start doing the shit I want to do, and yeah. So that's what's been on my mind recently. But I think it's kind of that thing where I thought about this a year ago as well, but then which ended up not where I ended up not doing anything, and it was just like, fuck, what am I doing? I'm not doing. Oh, shit, excuse me. What the fuck?
Sample that.
I wasn't doing anything, and it
Ooh,
was just like
yeah.
I had to go back to school
Uh-huh.
and to actually realize what I really wanted to do. And I did. Well, I did go back to school for these 2 semesters, and I feel that these 2 semesters are really motivating me to like go get the shit I really want to get.
Right.
And but yeah, just going back to your friends, because that was very inspirational. uh, Dude, that sounds like a bunch of like you said, random friends. I don't know, like why. I mean, I feel that you did. We were keeping in touch with them now. Like I feel that you went to parties with them and shit.
Oh yeah, I was.
That's interesting.
Yeah, during college, yeah, because yeah, I guess we never really did anything else except like I'd sneak out of school and then how do you call it? Yeah, just go get fucked up. But I feel like that's like the typical, like stereotypical story that a lot of people say, right? It's like, oh, the people that you go do drugs with, they're not gonna be there. They're not gonna
I
be
mean, I
there
guess I
for
were.
you,
They
right?
were.
And yeah, turns out they were right. And yeah, so I left those people behind, and now I'm doing my own thing. And they might have said shit on my name, but it is what it is because at the end of the day, we're gonna be planning our lives out better than them. And I drew that from fucking Juice World. Rest in peace. Forever a legend, right? And how do you call it? There's this one song, yeah, spinning that he released under A Breath, and how do you call it? Dude, I fucking love that song too. It's just like you can make a hater choke, choke over themselves just by fucking doing better than them or making
Easily.
money on them.
You
And
just let them be wrong.
yeah, let them be wrong. You don't have to like speak upon them or anything. Like they don't have to occupy any space in your brain. And yeah, I just don't let these people occupy any space in my brain no more. They're just it is what it is. So now I'm gonna be better than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about how like you never kept contact, and literally like last year, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like fuck it. Like the reason I contacted you was because I did want you to become my friend. It was like, and that's what I thought as well. Like I need if we wanted to get friends, I have to be the one that contacts them. So it's kind of like
I feel you.
okay, let me just start to contacting you because I mean that you were the only person that was around here or whatever, and like
Oh
you
yeah,
mean we
right.
knew each other and shit. So like fuck it,
I mean, you were my roommate. I lived with you for like
Three
3
months.
months. Yeah.
Then I mean yeah, so but I mean, I say that because at high school, everybody started doing their own thing too, and
Hmm.
now like, it's kind of in high school. I had a group of friends that I kind of hanging out. Like I pretty much invited myself into that group of friends
Why do you say
because
that?
they were their own group of friends, and then I literally didn't have any. I mean, I had friends or had people like I talked to. Like it was a small school, like, so like you said, like it was that Mexican side where like I said hi to everybody and like we talked and communicated, but
Hmm.
I would never really had like a group of friends.
Like a close relationship.
Yeah, because I never really, yeah, in high school I never really knew how to make a close relationship with anybody, and I never knew how to make a connection. It was just very superficial that I felt like.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like that kind of that freshman, I mean that senior year, group of friends kind of like fell off and whatever, and I just like, oh well, I have no friends now, or I mean I don't talk to anybody, they don't talk to me, so it was like, okay, that's fine. I mean, there was no bad blood or anything, so it was like I just let everything be, and yeah, that's all like had to create new friends, or like I didn't necessarily had to, like I wanted to, and yeah, friends are. I think friends are important in our lives because, like I said, they make each other grow. You just gotta find the real ones or the ones you think are real, and
But yeah,
just learn from them.
superficial people. I feel like I don't know. I've I've taken just like a shitload of time just to think about it. It's just like I feel like I could tell not right away, but I feel like I have like a pretty clear grasp on telling whether or not like somebody is superficial or not. And I typically just stay away from those people. Like sometimes it's just like even just the energy that they give off. And you could really read it. You could read like energy, right? I don't know. Maybe
I think that's something you have that I sometimes lack.
yeah.
Like I can't really sometimes. I mean, for sure, just sometimes I can read people, but it's kind of something I had to really think about because I like scenarios. Yeah, there's like for example, I kind of think about like the things I say to people, and I had to think about like, wait, did I sound mean? Did I sound like upset? Did I sound sad? Like, how did this person take it? Or is this person really a good person?
Right.
It's something I have to think about more than you do.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like going like superficial is kind of like yeah, like I can say that I was very superficial in high school. I
Oh
never
yeah, I
knew.
mean high school is literally like the definition of being superficial. Yeah, I think like high school just I don't know, you never really met like a a deeper person in that sense. I mean like unless you were smart. And like I know I hung around some people who like the smarter people or whatnot. And yeah, I see them now and they're literally making things out of their life. And it's like the people who got bullied in high school, I feel like were the ones who are doing way better now. Well, not all of them, right?
It's funny because that's a stereotype always, and it's like I guess that's one stereotype that's really true. Like that loner in school or that person that's you see that's not always the most popular and the most talkative is the
Hmm.
person that always comes up the first. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely. Not even first, just in general. Some people they fucking born superficial, die superficial. And that's just the way it goes. How does it go? It is what it
It
is.
is. It is. Así es y así será.
Yeah,
Dice.
sí, sí is. Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah. Our dog's
What?
superficial.
Huh?
I said our dog's superficial.
Oh yeah, they just wanna
They just
eat
want
shit,
attention and eat
eat shit,
shit.
eat and shit, and get a belly rub once in a while.
Oh yeah.
But they can for sure sense like human emotion and like owner's emotion, see if they're fine.
Hmm.
And
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Dogs are interesting creatures to say the least.
what's the best memory you had with your cat?
What's the best memory I have with my cat?
Yeah.
Tripping with her. Yeah.
Wait, tripping while she's there or tripping with her while she's taking it as well.
No. Oh no. I feel like that'd be strange. I wonder like what goes through a cat's mind while that like while they're tripping or whatnot. I know I've seen videos on it, but yeah. Apart from that, you asked me that, and while she's there, yeah. So I'll take a tab. I'll just be like right there by myself, and I just see her, and she just I don't know reacts differently to the way that she usually does.
And so and oh shit, that's kind of funny because you notice that when you're on acid and
Yeah,
shit.
definitely. It's like little.
And maybe she notices you then, or you're an
You know,
acid.
they always say that like cats and dogs can like perceive that. Like I've
Pers-
heard, I don't know, I read it somewhere. Like I saw a video on it or something that like, yeah, that they could perceive like whether or not you're tripping or having like a bad time. Obviously, they read emotions and stuff, right? But I don't know. I found it interesting that I read or heard somewhere that yeah, they could perceive whether or not you're tripping.
It's interesting
Yeah.
because I smoked in front of like my dogs and shit before,
Hmm.
and especially my dog just looks at me like with disappointment. My black dog looks at me with disappointment. He's just like
Bitch,
put
what are
his
you
hairs
doing?
on. And I was like, "What the fuck you looking at? Like, you let me fucking smoke, bro."
Don't look at me with those judging eyes.
Yeah,
That's funny.
dude.
Oh yeah. You were talking about the last time that you tripped, right? The last time I tripped was fucking eye opening. I was listening to music and I was fucking screaming and I was just yelling fuck at the top of my lungs. Like
I never
and I had
realized like how
such a
uh,
dopamine
sorry,
rush.
but like I never realized how good it felt to scream. Felt
Oh yeah,
like
definitely. It feels so good to scream, just be like, fuck everybody else. This is me. It's like I feel like a lot of the time I have to like hold back or bite my tongue on something, right? And just being on a tab like makes it feel like more refreshing in a sense. Because if it doesn't feel like I have to hold back anything, and it's just, I want people to accept me for who I am, so I scream, throw a little tantrum or whatnot. Not tantrum, right? But you get it. They're talking
that's
about
funny.
religion in the other room.
Sorry, dude. So like the first time I screamed, like I felt really good was pretty much a couple weeks ago where I'm like having like a whole shit. Midterms was up. I had a whole bunch of shit I needed to do. It was it was very weird when I screamed. Well, not necessarily. It was just like you needed to like just scream, and it was like yeah, it was just once you did it, it was just like what the fuck.
Yeah.
I never been the one to really be connected with my emotions.
Wait, what
I
happened?
don't, I never been the one to be connected with my emotions. I don't know if you noticed
Oh
that, but
yeah,
like
I feel you.
yeah, no, it was something weird.
Me either.
And
I feel like I take drugs in order to feel emotion. Because I feel like most of the time I'm numb unless I'm horny.
it's that's your only two emotions. You're horny or numb.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can sometimes agree with that. Either I'm angry over something, or annoyed by something,
Hmm.
uh, or just yeah, just numb, or just yeah, just tired of it sometimes. But
Tired of life.
yeah.
Say, fuck it. This is it. It's like, nope. I got family. I got people I gotta take care of, and I have to stay here for them. But no, apart from suicidal, um,
God damn.
how do you call it? Like, fuck, I forgot where I was going.
I think that's when that means we need to take another shot. And that's what it
Another
means.
shot. Yeah, I'm sobering up.
Hello.
Oh, that's why we gotta slow sip. Just get a cup on the rocks and then slow sip.
Just have it. Yeah. What's your?
Oh shit! I put it up. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna pour myself actually a big jar. Wait. I'm actually might forget. Um, Forget it. So just serve myself. Actually, we're drinking some soju. I actually bought this at H Mart. Not actually H Mart. It's a different store that I went with my cousins. It's Korean store. Um, which I don't know where it is. So I apologize for that. I'm just here just talking about soju and where I don't know where I got it and shit, whatever. So yeah, I'm just pouring a cup of fucking soju. It's pretty strong, but it's good. You guys, let me know in the comment section what do you guys think? You know, nah, yeah, it just this shit kind of tastes like ass sometimes if you're not used to it. All
Crackheads and
right.
Siri.
Yeah, then here, let's just fucking just pour everything in, and that's it.
Right. Here, I'll put the microphone to my throat so you guys can hear me gulp it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I hope that was satisfying.
Some ASMR shit. All right. With that shot being taken,
Whew. God bless shots. Also, fuck shots for getting me blackout drunk all those times.
oh, dude, it reminds me
It
of the.
reminds me. Ooh.
No way! What the fuck?
The glass had just fallen from the table and Jesus caught it
With my
with
shoe.
his shoe.
Um, that reminds me the day where my birthday when you came over and we were just taking shots
Oh yeah.
and you ended up just fucking puking. That was like what the fuck,
I
Ali?
puked and I just puked casually. I stood up, bent over the trash can, let it go, and then sat back down.
And it was like middle of air, like everybody and shit.
Yeah. I had puked before too. I had what do you call it? I didn't black out that day.
I don't remember.
Oh, actually, I don't remember either. But I mean, I remember everything. No, usually like the point where I black out is when I get in the car and I'm ready to go back home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you just like your brain gives up.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not doing anything. I don't have to socialize.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Basically, if I don't have to socialize, then I'm over with. But as long as I'm like around people and constantly interacting, it's like my brain stays active, so it doesn't shut down. But what
Makes
part?
sense.
Your hippocampus, right? It's your hippocampus that the alcohol shuts off, and that's
Yeah,
when you black out. When it completely shuts off, then that's when you black out.
that would explain the unbalance. Pretty much your hippocampus also like controls your balance.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Oh shit. I didn't know that. I wonder what it would be like. Say you shoot up with like an extremely high percentage of blood alcohol
wait, what?
level. Say, I mean, this is just like a random thought, right? But
Okay.
say you shoot up heroin on an extremely high blood alcohol level, like a dangerously high. You don't die or anything, but what happens if you do shoot up?
Heroin.
Yeah,
While you're drunk up,
yeah,
you're drunk.
because
I don't think you could because you'd be fucking drunk as fuck. But I mean,
then it'd be like more alcohol in your blood than anything. So, like,
you
what
think it
is
would
it
just
that
cancel
really
out?
processes the heroin in your blood? I guess that's not really a question for me to ask you, but
I
but
don't
that's just
know.
like a curiosity I had.
Let's just test it out.
Fuck it. We'll bring a how do you call it? A blood tester. and then we could share the needle.
Yep, that sounds like a fucking perfect idea.
Great idea.
Yeah, I'll use it first just in case.
Okay, I got you. It's okay. I got AIDS before, so I can't get it anymore. That was a joke. Um, this is one podcast that I used to really enjoy listening to. I don't know why I just stopped, but I just stopped like listening to podcasts in general. There's this one group of comedians that come together to call their podcast Come Town,
Nice.
and it's like a lot of people find it controversial just because it goes against what is it, millennial Gen Z culture or whatnot.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and I think it's funny. I feel like I've always found like things that go against like the norm or whatnot to be something that I side with, and yeah, they're funny as fuck. Usually talk about I don't know fat bitches or I don't know.
That's something we should be talking about.
Yeah, fat
And I
bitches.
really want to talk about.
What?
Yeah, just like fat bitches or.
Oh yeah, dude, fat bitches go crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I have experience with fat bitches, but more like there was this girlfriend in high school
Hmm.
or this ex girlfriend, right? That I dated in freshman year. It was kind of an on and off relationship, and yeah, she was fat. I wouldn't say a lot of fat. I mean, if she, I'm probably gonna tell her to listen to
Chubby.
this episode. She was chubby,
Okay.
and yeah, we never had fucked or anything. With all due respect, like that's normal. I feel like we never fucked, right? But it was kind of I always did want to, but she was shy, and I was shy, and yeah, so it was kind of like yeah. But the point of like what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that I just really want to fuck her right now.
Shit, fucking hit her up. Hey, mommy, what you do?
I mean, she hit me up like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
She was like, oh, how you been? Like, what's good? Like, and I was like, oh, nothing. I'm just fucking chilling. I'm
Shit,
good.
that's your
And,
cue.
right? But
She's
I
been
was
thinking
like,
about you. You've been thinking about her. You're like, oh, you know what? We should meet up.
just say fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. I
But
guess. Oh.
I think that goes against my values.
Why?
I can't do that. Like, no. I
Wait.
mean,
What are you doing that's wrong?
I just don't want to be like. That's like kind of shitting like my care. I don't know. Just I guess it was just against goes against my personality of like being like
Like a family invested man or something like that.
you can say that more of that aspect.
Like traditional.
But I really want to. I really want to fuck her. But it was just like, no, I got a temptation. I can't.
I mean, I think like the only thing I have about fat bitches is hygiene.
Hygiene.
Yeah,
I can say she's a good hygiene.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
very
feel
good.
like there's like so much more to clean since you're fatter, and it's like I'm not saying I'm skinny by any means. I'm a thick boy, and it's like I tell other people like, oh yeah, I'm fat, and they're gonna tell me, oh no, you're chunk, you're chubby or whatnot, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, nah, that's just fucking American thinking. Either you're fat or you're not fat. And
Basically,
yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm
either
fat.
you're a brink of a heart attack or
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
stud.
for real. Either you're gonna go into cardiac arrest or not. And yeah, that's just the way I see it. And like I had a whole discussion with how do you call it, with Max and Joe's. They're talking about, oh no, you're just a bit chunky or whatnot, and they're telling me, nah, how is that gonna be fat? That's I don't know. It's you're overweight or you're not, and it's just really that simple to me.
You just gotta turn that fat into like muscle and shit
I feel like that's just like more excuses than anything. It's just like
to make yourself feel better.
yeah, to make yourself feel better, and it's like, nah, I don't want to bullshit myself. Like,
No,
why would I
no.
bullshit myself? I won't be the realest person I know. It's like I don't know, but I also been watching. fucking like some social justice warrior type shit on fucking YouTube. You got recommended to me, so I clicked it, and then it's like started talking about, well, yeah, just like making excuses to yourself about being fat or whatnot. And it's like a lot of people are like trying to accept it, and it's like, I don't know. I personally don't like it.
Being fat.
Yeah, being fat. I mean, it's like you all this extra body for what?
I just think of it like I just want to feel good, look good, and just be able to be strong.
No, yeah, definitely.
That's yeah.
But I feel like it's also different between men and women.
What do you mean?
I don't know, cause it's like you see like a fat guy and you don't think anything about it, right? He's like, oh, they're just fat, you know. And then you see, how do you call it, a fat woman. It's like, oh, she's curvy or some shit like that. And it's like they try to, I don't know, defend it in a sense.
Like justify it being
Yeah.
fast? I like it. I don't mind it.
I mean, I don't mind it. I really, hell no, I don't mind it. It's like definitely more to hold, more to play with. But
More to hit.
yes, and it's just, I don't know. At one point, like when you think enough about it, it's like, damn, bitch, just fucking take care of yourself.
But I guess like what you're saying, like people, like girls for sure want a guy that has fucking that's built,
Hmm.
or like not necessarily. I wouldn't say that either, but like more like
Not really.
goes to the
I
gym.
mean, it's
It's
like
like
I think I have like a dad bod, right? We
okay.
both have like a dad bod. Look at us, just both fucking sprawled out on the couch. Like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, we're definitely dads. And I don't know. That's never really made a difference for me. Like in comparison to like getting women, right? Like I don't need to get a girl drunk in order to fuck, right? So it's like I don't know. I mean, I've met multiple people who need to get them drunk, but it's
Damn,
like,
what the fuck, dude? That's kind of sad. Not gonna
yeah.
lie.
And I've insulted them about it too. That's one of the people left behind.
Fuck,
Say, fuck
dude.
you.
You just gotta roofie him a little bit to
I
let them
know.
fuck you. God
Oh,
damn, bro.
let's go take all this shit so you can fuck me. Nah, I don't need that shit, man. Keep it. I mean, I'll take it still, but for my own purposes.
I was just thinking about that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like just like a guy going to the fuck. Imagine going a guy going to the bar. Like his whole goal is to get somebody drunk so that he can
I
fuck
mean,
them.
they're
Right?
already gonna be drunk if they're at the bar.
Ah.
Yeah, see,
But
that's
like
like
for
a
sure, I
different
mean, but
tactic.
like if guys for sure gonna do that thing where they go to the bar and buy a drink for somebody,
Yeah.
or buy a drink for a girl, and it's just like
See, that's why, like, I don't know. I'm not that type of social either. It's like either I start talking to you or I don't. And it's like if I'm talking to you, and it's like obviously I'm gonna get to that point where it's like, okay, I want to fuck. So yeah.
Indeed. Okay, I guess I have to practice that for sure. I think that's one of the reasons why. What's one of the reasons I want to start working at your place?
Hmm.
Mostly because there's more social people to socialize, not necessarily just a shit where I fucking eat, like I said, right?
And right,
Not
like being at the factory, it's what? It's just like a bunch of dudes.
bare fucking testosterone. So
Yeah.
I really
Smell
just
my musk.
pretty much. Or actually, just people putting a whole bunch of cologne. It's just like, what the fuck? Dude? I told one of the coworkers,
Dude,
I was
I
like,
was gonna get a ear fucking, what is it, the secretary lady?
uh, I told one of the workers that like, oh, dude, your cologne smells really good. It's making me kind of gay. He just looks at me and starts laughing, and I'm like, you've been smoking too much, huh? Dude, yeah, it was funny as hell.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that dude.
Matter of fact, I had how do you call it, some cologne on today, and this girl just started smelling me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She got
That's
up.
weird as fuck. Hey,
It was like, hey, you too good. Get the fuck away.
bye, bye.
Right? Yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah, sometimes people get too comfortable, and it's just check them, put them in their place.
Goddamn.
That's funny. Yeah, how's life? How's the weather? How are the kids?
No, Loki, that secretary you're talking about has a husband and has a child
Oh
already.
shit, I
Yeah,
was too late.
chill.
False hopes.
Just 5 years late.
5 years late. You right. It's okay. I could do better. I'm at the point where I could reject people now.
Oh shit.
Shit feels nice. And I'm not saying I'm drowning in it either, right? But it's like I don't have to struggle for it, or I'm not thirsty for it at least.
That's good. You're not desperate.
I mean, I've never been a desperate person in the first place. Like, I don't know. Whenever I see like desperation in people, it just kind of makes me not want to be around them. I mean, obviously, it's like certain occasions, yeah, it's like understandable, but it's like just desperation, like in general, is just unattractive to me.
I think for anybody,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's where the ego kicks in. I'm the only person who could feel this. You ever notice your ego?
I would say yes, but I can't give you an example
Oh,
right now on top of my head.
I feel you. That was definitely an example for me right there. It's like, dude, only I could see people in desperate times and whatnot. But no, yeah. Having an ego death is cool. Oh. How long have we been here?
An hour.
An hour?
We've been talking to her for an hour already.
That's decent.
That's actually kind of decent.
Yeah,
I think we did a pretty good job today.
and I feel like accomplished because I could fucking finally get Ableton downloaded.
Oh yeah.
I fucking rage quit the other day just because I couldn't get that shit downloaded. But yeah, seems about right.
Seems
Anyway,
about that
this
time to end
is El
this.
Hippie and
The fucking Mexican.
the Mexican. And until next time, kiddos, see you
Until
around.
fucking next time.
Ora, yegua.